Welcome to AIAIO, the show where regular people read incredible stories written by AI on the fly. AIAIO is sponsored by DemoMachine.net. Go there for the easiest, safest, and most ethical way to play our game with your friends and kids. I'm Brad Hutchings, and I'm your host. I'm joined today by our contestants David Acquah-Asare and Mike Jordan. David, I know you've been sworn. I've read your complaint.
I've been sworn in.
Do I hear an echo in here?
Yes, of course. Yes, I am called Ekow. And like you said, David Acquah-Asare, and my African name, I'm from Ghana. It is Ekow.
Very nice. What does it mean?
It means born on Thursday. And
okay. So it's kind of like Sergeant Friday. He works on Wednesday. Wednesday's his secretary.
I'm glad you have a story for that.
Mike, you've been on the show before. Tell us a little about you. Tell us a little more about you.
I'm a comedian from the Boston area, and I have a connection with Ghana as well. 2010, my father passed away, and as memory for him, my brother and I donated money to a charity called Pencils of Promise, where they built a school in Ghana in honor of my father.
Oh, nice. We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
That is awesome, Mike. Thanks for bringing the show down.
Sorry about that.
Now let's meet our AI, brought to you by DemoMachine.net. In this first section, this was suggested by a comic named John Smith, not the John Smith who later became Juju Smith-Schuster and went to the NFL and played for teams like Pittsburgh, Kansas City Chiefs, and the New England Patriots. But John Smith, a comic, really, really funny guy. He had a great suggestion after watching our pilot. And he said, we should have the AI tell us two emotions to tell our stories. So that's what we're going to do right now. Give me two unexpected emotions that could be applied when reading a story. David, I'm looking at the camera. Could you read what this thing is telling me for my two emotions?
The two emotions that are talked about are fear and confusion.
All right, we'll use fear and confusion. Thank you very much, David. Today we have fear and confusion. Now here's a reminder. Letting an AI decide your emotions, not ethical. David, you are up first today. Please choose your emotion.
I'll go with confusion for 2 points.
Your story prompt is going to be, make up a story about how Eeyore uses what he learned reading How to Win Friends and Influence People to convince Tigger to stop using drugs. Eeyore is confused by Tigger. Are you ready to read for us?
Yes, I am, Brad. Once upon a time, in the 100-acre wood, Eeyore, the donkey, was feeling particularly gloomy as he sat by the side of the river, pondering the enigma that was his friend Tigger. Tigger, known for his bouncy and energetic nature, had recently fallen into a troubling habit of using drugs. Eeyore was confused and concerned about his friend's well-being. One day, as Eeyore was moping by the riverbank, he came across a copy of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People that he had read many years ago. Eeyore remembered how the book had helped him understand the power of appreciation and empathy in building strong relationships. He thought that perhaps these principles could help him reach out to Tigger and help him break free from his destructive habit. Eeyore decided to put Carnegie's teachings into practice. He invited Tigger over to his place for a nice picnic and spent the entire afternoon listening to Tigger's stories and showing genuine interest and appreciation for his friend's unique personality. Eeyore made sure to use positive language and avoid criticism or judgment. As they sat under the shade of the tree, Eeyore shared with Tigger how much he valued their friendship and how much he cared for Tigger's happiness and well-being. He expressed his concern for Tigger's health and how he noticed a change in his behavior lately. Eeyore used a gentle and non-judgmental tone, making sure to avoid making Tigger feel attacked or defensive. Tigger was touched by Eeyore's sincere concern and appreciation. He had never felt so understood and valued by his friend before. Tigger opened up to Eeyore about his struggles and shared how he had been feeling lost and alone, leading him to turn to drugs as a way to numb his pain. Eeyore listened attentively and offered words of encouragement and support. Eeyore suggested that they explore healthier ways for Tigger to cope with his emotions and feelings of loneliness, such as engaging in hobbies or activities that brought him joy and connecting with friends and loved ones. Tigger was grateful for Eeyore's understanding and support and agreed to give these suggestions a try. From that day on, Tigger began to turn his life around. He started to focus on his hobbies and reconnect with his old friends. Eeyore continued to be a supportive and encouraging presence in Tigger's life, always reminding him of his worth and value as a friend and as a person. And Tigger, feeling appreciated and valued, was able to break free of his destructive habit and live a happier and healthier life. Eeyore was proud of his friend and grateful for the lessons he had learned from how to win friends and influence people. He realized that sometimes all it takes to make a difference in someone's life is a little appreciation and understanding. And so Eeyore continued to spread kindness and appreciation throughout the 100-acre wood, one friend at a time.
Thank you, Wait, now it's Ekow. Thank you, Ekow. Your score is a potato positioned in the back of your bikini bottom.
Oh, nice.
Mike, your batting cleanup. Ekow hit a triple and is taking a generous lead off third base. Your emotion is going to be fear. How do you feel?
Scared?
All right, perfect. Your story prompt is going to be make up a story about Winnie and Piglet using 7-Zip, that's a file compression utility, to shorten Moby Dick so that it can be read by future high school students in about 30 minutes. Make sure to use lots of fear. Are you ready for us, Mike?
Yes. Once upon a time, in the 100-acre wood, Winnie the Pooh and his best friend Piglet were discussing the importance of classic literature for future generations. One day they came across an old dusty book titled Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Excited to explore this literary masterpiece, they opened it up and began to read. However, they soon realized that the lengthy novel was far too daunting for high school students with busy schedules and short attention spans. I get it. When I was in high school, as a senior project in English class, we had to read Fahrenheit 451. My buddy Eric and I, instead of reading it, we went to Blockbuster and rented the VHS tape. We didn't know that the ending of the movie is different than the ending of the book, so we both got D's. Idiots. Determined to find a solution, Winnie and Piglet decided to use their technological prowess to make Moby Dick more accessible for future students. They turned to their trusty friend 7-Zip, a powerful compression tool, to help them shorten their novel without losing its essence. With a sense of trepidation and a touch of fear, they began their mission. They carefully selected the most crucial chapters and essential themes, such as obsession, revenge, and the struggle between man and nature. They meticulously removed redundant descriptions and lengthy monologues while preserving their core elements of the story. As they worked, they couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. The fear of making a mistake and losing valuable parts of this literary classic kept them on their toes. They knew that every word they removed could potentially change the meaning or impact of the story. Finally, after hours of painstaking work, they managed to compress Moby Dick into a more manageable size. The resulting file was now a mere fraction of its original size, making it possible for high school students to read and understand the story within 30 minutes. However, Winnie and Piglet couldn't shake off their lingering fear that they might have missed something crucial during their editing process. They decided to test their compressed version of Moby Dick on their fellow woodland friends. They gathered Rabbit, Tigger, Eeyore, and Kanga and Roo to read and share their thoughts on the short novel. I think that's where Eric and I messed up. That's what we should have done. The friends listened intently as Winnie and Piglet explained their project and shared their fears of potentially losing essential parts of their story. The group read through the compressed version together, and to their relief, they found that the essence of Moby Dick remained intact. The friends were impressed by Winnie and Piglet's ingenuity and praised their efforts to make this classic novel more accessible to future generations. Despite their initial fears, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet had successfully used 7-Zip to shorten Moby Dick while preserving its core themes and storyline. Their accomplishment brought them a great sense of pride and relief, knowing that the future high school students would now have an opportunity to experience this literary classic without being overwhelmed by its length.
Thank you, Mike. Your score is Captain Ahab's peg leg.
Thanks, Brad.
Now is the portion of the show where we let AI decide the winner. So we're going to use this as a prompt. Make up a funny answer to this question. Which is more valuable, a potato positioned inside the back of a bikini or Captain Ahab's peg leg?
Oh, God. Okay. I had a little bit of a laugh there.
Based on the context provided, I'm reading this to you guys. Neither a potato inside a bikini bottom nor Captain Ahab's peg leg are mentioned in relation to their value. However, if we were to entertain a hypothetical question about which is funnier or more valuable, I'd say a potato inside a bikini bottom could potentially bring more laughter and amusement due to its unexpected and absurd nature. But again, purely a matter of humor and not based on any fact or context.
Oh, well,
You are our winner. Thank you for watching AI. Thanks for playing Ekow-Asare and Mike Jordan. Thanks to our sponsor, DemoMachine.net. I'm your host, Brad Hutchings. Have a great day.